Hello. Welcome to Lori's Classroom Stories and Crochet.
Hi there, it's Lori, and I'm here with a classroom story, and also more Christmas and July stuff, and just the little things I've been working on the last couple weeks. My oldest stepdaughter and her son were here for the first 2 weeks of July, and so did not get a whole lot done while they were here, as my grandson is just over a year old, so that's a lot of energy in the house that not quite adapted to. But anyway, let me start with my Christmas in July stuff. Oh, classroom story. So you know how in text you'll do all caps? One time in the classroom, I was trying to emphasize the word all. And so I had done all, A-L-L, in caps, all capital letters, so that the students would recognize, okay, that's important. Well, this student obviously missed that I was saying that, looks up at the board and goes, what does A-L-L mean? Yeah. Now, had text been as common back then as it is now, I don't think that would have happened, but it was still funny. So I had to pay more attention to how I wrote things, just like the W plus F situation, just, yeah, got to pay attention to how you write things. All right, so Christmas in July 1st. So this is two patterns. This is a Catgan. This part, the borders are the Yarnspirations. And then this is Creative Grandma, I think. Anyway, I'll link both of these patterns in. I just did one set of this. I did actually go, her pattern is this part, but I did want it a little wider. It's a little short, but I was running out of this yarn and I didn't have anything that was super close to that. So, and then I used the Pompadoodles on the end. And again, this is for cats, so it's perfectly fine for them. And then when I mentioned to Lori, the armchair chef, that I was using her Pompadoodle yarn that she sent me and many others as for the cats, and the cats would enjoy, she said, oh, are you making cat toys? I'm like, well, no, but I will. And so I made this crazy ball with the Pompadoodle yarn that I'm sure the cats will enjoy. If I ever have the little puffball things like you can get at the dollar store or whatever, I have to keep them not even in a Ziploc because they will tear into the Ziploc to get the little ball. So I'm positive cats will enjoy this. Another thing I made for the cats that's not the Pompadoodle yarn. This is cotton yarn. It's a pumpkin, and I stuffed it with a clean old sock that had a hole in the toe. So, and then catnip, of course. These are both for when I go up to Oregon for my sister's surgery, to help take care of her. I'm going to be staying with my stepmom's sister, and so my aunt, I guess. And she has two young cats. I think they're about a year and a half. Maybe they're 2 years old now. Anyway, they're kittens, still young, wild, and they need things to play with. So I figure they will drag this around by the pom-poms, and they'll enjoy these toys. The other thing I have been working on is this for my newest son-in-law, for my daughter that just got married in April. It's a D&D dice bag, or what's called a cleric bag. I would like to do the bead like she has in the tutorial. All of the tutorials for everything here will be linked below. Anyway, so the bead would go here and then it would just slide through, and then I would tie the things together. But for now, it's just going to get a nice little bow. But D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry, my daughter and son-in-law play a lot of role-playing games and just games in general, which is fun. That's one of the ways they actually first connected. But as far as my health, the infusion that I got for my migraines has helped, but the weather has been really up and down, and so that's been a little bit of a challenge. And yeah, and I think having an infant in the house and interrupted sleep, it's been a while since I've had that kind of interrupted sleep. Oh, okay, a very, very long time. My daughter, next month, my oldest will turn 29. So my daughters will be 29 and 27 next month. Yes, their birthdays are both in August. My second one came real early, well, 3 weeks early, so not premature, but she was supposed to be born in September, but no, instead their birthdays are 5 days apart in August, so they're fun. And they couldn't be more different than one another, but I think that's part of why they get along so well. They really are best friends. And my grandson, the newest grandson, the one that lives here with my granddaughter and my oldest daughter, he is a giant. He started out very average sized, but his dad is a foot taller than my daughter. So yeah, he's just gotten to be quite large, and it's long. He's so sweet. He's 5 months old, I think. Whatever, February. Yeah, 5 months, right? Yeah, 5 months old. He just turned last week, 10 days ago ish. Anyway, just it's crazy because he wasn't particularly large when he was born, and then now I measured him the other day because my granddaughter, I babysit once a week, and my granddaughter, who's 2, his sister is always she's obsessed with my measuring tapes. I'm going to pause this for a second, grab a measuring tape, and show you. Now, she still has one of mine. She still has my mint colored measuring tape, and she's obsessed with it. So I'm going to show you what she's obsessed with. So this, just basic. This one's gray, and that. Now, I decided, oh, well, she was interested in this, so she was playing with this, and I said, well, let's measure you. Let's measure your brother. And he's 5 months old, and he was 27 inches. That seems really big to me. And when he went in for his 4-month check, the doctor, the pediatrician, walked in and looked at him and looked at his chart and said, I thought for sure he was 6 months old. So yes, he's a big guy. But I measured him. He was 27 inches, and she was 35 inches. So she's not particularly tall. But again, my daughter's shorter than me. Both of my daughters are shorter than me because their dad is barely taller than me. So my ex-husband, but yeah, and it's really humorous seeing this sweet little boy who is so big, and it's like, holy mackerel, when they're that little, because you're doing all the work when you have to hold them, because he's just now starting to sit up, not completely independently, but it's like, oh, you're doing all the work. And so Mima's elbows and shoulders are feeling it. It's like a whole workout. And then, it's different with the 1-year-old that was visiting, because obviously he's around and he's walking and all the things. So he didn't need to be picked up, and didn't actually like to be picked up and held all that much. They're 1 and incredibly active. Anyway, so yeah, that's all the update there. If y'all pray or send positive thoughts toward my sister, her name's Rochelle, and for her heart surgery, it's a kind of an experimental device. I think she's the 14th or 16th person that will be getting it, so it's very brand new, but it's It's super necessary and much safer, much safer than open heart surgery. That would be the alternative to this medical device. Anyway, any positive thoughts and prayers you could send up for my sister Rochelle, that would be wonderful. Thank you all for stopping by. Sorry, I kind of talked about all the things. July's been a tough month for whatever reason. Sorry if you just heard my phone. Yep, you probably did, because it's right by the computer. So anyway, that's everything kind of going on with me, and this is my going on and on. Thanks for watching, and hopefully, I mean, this is super cute. Honestly, it would be really nice to do it like do this and then do some other kind of pattern, kind of like I did, some other kind of pattern, and then do this at the very edge. Do this again. I almost, if I had had more yarn, I would have done this border or this Yarn Inspirations pattern, done this whole thing again, and then done this border again. That would have been my ideal, but like I said, I didn't even have anything that was kind of close, and I felt like doing a green would clash with that too much, and I debated on putting outlines on, but again, it's for cats, so I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that much time for something that cats will lay on. Speaking of cats and their fur, there's fur all over that already. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, I know you probably can't distinguish the fur from, but it's covered from the little fuzzies, but it is covered in fur because the cats. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, and I will post links to everything on how to do it. This pattern, I don't have to follow the pattern anymore, and I kind of adapt it as I go. But I will link the pattern that I used to get to do this. These are very, very popular. I end up making several of these. I just found out my neighbors, I knew they had a dog, but they have some cats too, so I'll probably make my neighbors a couple of these here shortly. So anyway, I really need to stop talking. So thanks for stopping by. Talk to you later.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.